Today I would like to share with you how I play the song When We Were Young by Adele. Now, I arranged this guitar part based on the YouTube video Live at the Brit Awards. Now you'll notice my guitar is capoed at the first fret there. Now the chords that I'm using, I'll play them here. Now, if you want to keep it simple, you can just, everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Or if you want to make it a little more fancy, everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Now what I tend to do is kind of do a combination of the both. Just to add a dynamic, I start, with just a simple strum. Now, to break down the chords that I'm using there, for the first chord, my first finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string, my 3rd finger is on the 5th fret of the D string, my pinky is on the 5th fret of the G string, and then my middle finger there is on the 4th fret of the B string, and that gives you that minor. Now for that chord, what I'm doing is I take my first finger on the 3rd fret of the low E, and I kind of rest it on the A string to mute it, so you really only hear that low string. Then I take my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, and then my pinky on the 4th fret of the B string, and then my pinky kind of rests on the high E, and that way it kind of mutes that too, so it just gives you that. Then I move up to a G shape, back, and then I go to an E minor shape. So my 2nd finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then my 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret of the D string. And then to close it, now basically what I'm doing there is I take a C-shaped chord, and so my 3rd finger is on the 6th fret of the A string, my 2nd finger then is on the 5th fret of the D string, I hit the G string open, and then my 1st finger there is on the 4th fret of the B. So it's... So when I do it, the entire first verse, Everybody Loves Things You Do, from the way out, is just all strum. I don't really change it until the second part of the first verse, where it's, but if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. Now that last chord taking you into the pre-chorus, it's like an A suspended 2nd. You're hitting your A string open. Your 2nd finger is on the 3rd fret of the D string. 3rd fret of the G string is with your 3rd finger, and you just kind of... And that takes you to the pre-chorus. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. Now that part, you would play, I start with the G to that A. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. And that, of course, will take you into the chorus. Let me photograph you in this light in case it's the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad and getting old and made restless. It was just like a movie. just like a song. Now for the chorus, you go up with that C shape at the 6th fret. Let me photograph you in this light. And then to the G. Yes, it's the last time. To the A. That we might be exactly like we were before we realized. Then you go to that first minor shape. So your first finger's there at the 3rd fret. We were sad at getting old. It made us restless. To that G. Now, what I do there, it made us restless. Keep that G shape, lift your pinky, and then put your first finger there on the 3rd fret of the high E. And it gives it that shift. It was just like a movie. That E minor shape. It was just like a song. Move to the A. And then of course you have another verse. Now you go through all that, another verse, another pre-chorus, another chorus. Now there's the change after that second chorus, when we were young. Now that part basically is very much like a verse. You start with that minor chord there at the 3rd fret. Now what I do is I pick this out, and then I just lift my first finger and keep that chord shape. And then go to the G shape. E. And then your first finger is on the 2nd fret there of the A. Goes through that whole part. It's hard to admit, everything just takes me back to when you were there. Do you still care? And then it goes back to that. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me float. And back to the chorus. And then that pretty much takes you out. So you have all the chords and all the parts to do whatever you want to do with the song. If you want to kind of rearrange it a little bit, just strum along with, a video with the song, whatever you want to do. It's totally cool. So I appreciate you for watching, and if you dig it, as always, man, please subscribe.